Y'all recognize it? Y'all recognize where I'm at? I guess we in a classic snowcation. Yo, what y'all think? Snowcation, location, whatever. Today's video is about how I possibly might have, maybe used to, maybe still do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and by do too much, I mean, like, let me try and explain it. It's like, y'all watch my videos, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here behind the damn store, you know what I'm saying? Like, just doing this in public, doing all this in public and just being kind of loud and just expressive, doing too much, you know? I've been made to know that me trying to express myself very authentically can sometimes be a little too much for most people. You know what I'm saying? And I've done a little experiment over the past like week or so, this recent time. I don't really keep track of time anymore. Things just kind of bleed in. So I don't remember when I started implementing this thought, but I had a thought, you know what I'm saying, a while ago. I was like, bro, let me stop, like, because I knew, you know, let's take it back to high school. High school is when, like, I first started being a nigga that does too much, you know what I'm saying? And I'll fully admit, sometimes I was trying to do too much. Sometimes I was trying to get some attention. Sometimes I was trying to, you know, be entertaining or like stand out or something, you know, what a high school kid does to, you know, feel valuable, to feel valid. We all did it in high school. You know, whether you was copping the newest clothes, the newest shoes, whatever you did, everyone tried to feel valuable because we all insecure at that age and we all don't really know who we are, if people really like us. We all trying to fit in. And my way of fitting in and being liked and whatever was just, you know, taking, because I guess now we're going back to middle school. A nigga, you know, elementary school, I was a cool ass kid, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of quiet back then, surprisingly. And I used to be just quiet, but I was still, you know, I was still me. I still loved vintage stuff. I still loved to edit. I still loved to draw and just create. And, you know, I loved to get into like niche things, and my sense of humor was like mad weird and everything. And I was just cool.
I hate the easy button. I hate you, easy button. I hate you.
That was easy.
And I remember I was an elementary school kid. I was just me, you know what I'm saying? No one was like, oh, Kyle, you this, you that. But when I started getting to middle school, especially because I said this in the last video, I think. No, the video before that, the famous video. My elementary school was like kind of diverse and it was cool, but then naturally as you age, and also because I went to a school that was more predominantly white, then the identity crisis started happening. And then like all through middle school, I was really like trying to fit in and trying to like, you know, match these people's description. I was trying to I was playing basketball, getting sneakers, doing things I wasn't really interested in because I was interested in being, you know, fitting in as, you know, the black kid, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to be ostracized. But the funny thing about me is one of the things I'm truly bad at is trying to fit in. I am terrible at trying to fit in. I am complete and utter ass at trying to fit in, bro. I can't do that shit to save that for the life of me, bro. Anything I try to do, bro, I dedicate my mental energy to it. I dedicate my focus to it. My focus is not to be fucked with. So I was focusing hella. That's how I know I'm terrible at fitting in. Because when I was focused on it, I was focused on getting the Jordans. I've always like likened myself to like maybe like you know, imagine there's like a vase, right? And then you have like, well, a vase is open on the top end. Imagine you have like an egg, right? A porcelain egg. And the porcelain egg has like an orb of light inside it. Me and my personality, I was the porcelain egg in middle school, but I was a cracked ass porcelain egg. Like you could just everything I was trying to hide, like me being weird. But back then the main crisis was like, you know, every black kid growing up in the suburbs has this crisis, but it's like, oh, you acting white. So and then like, you know, pretty much being into like strange things was part of that. And I fucking hated that because it's like, bro, you denying me my fucking identity, you white fucking bitch. Fuck you. You don't fucking get to decide fucking who's black and who's not, you stupid white motherfucker. But I digress. As you can see, you know, this shit used to affect me a lot. So it's like, here I am trying to prove my blackness. So it's like, okay, if I'm not doing something that I even started listening to, that's how I got into like rap at first. Cause I used to be like, just trying to listen to rap, just trying to, you know, forge this identity that was on my spare time. Like I was trying to forge an identity that, you know, I could be authentic and somehow still like be able to fit in. And who I am is just so not meant to fit in and be with everybody else like naturally. I just couldn't make it. I was the cracked porcelain egg. People. I remember I used to try and use like the slang before I really had like N-word motor skills and just slang motor skills in general. I used to try and use the damn slang. I remember one day I just said something very innocuous to this dude. I was like, oh yeah, I said some or nah, because that was like the time when you used to say or nah. Like that was like 2014. That was when the weekend came up with that. Can I make you lick until you dripping? Like that song was nasty. And I said something like, do you want to do this or nah? Like I probably said it kind of awkwardly because I was like an awkward kid. Everybody was fucking awkward when they were 12 years old. But then this nigga was like, he really said or like to the girl that was sitting next to him. It was homeroom, by the way. I don't know why I brought that up. But to the girl that was sitting next to him, he was like,
yeah, he really said or nah. That's how fake he is.
And like not only was like, you know, like bitch ass nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just fucking talking to you. You gotta come for me. That's that middle school bullshit, bro. Middle school be traumatizing. I think we all got collective trauma from middle school. Cause niggas would just hate on you and just ostracize you for the littlest thing. The littlest thing. Another thing was like, bro, I still sound fake. Like that was another thing that was going on in my head. I still sound fake. It's like, what the fuck? I'm trying my hardest. I'm doing the best I can. And I just can't make it. So if y'all are wondering why I'm so headstrong and steadfast and being me and being unique and whatever the fuck, it's because, dog, I cannot fucking try and fit in. I can't. When I try to, I just get hated on and ostracized for being a fake ass nigga and being this, and people can still tell I'm like, oh, I'm not really like that. I ain't really cool. Like that was what used to piss me off. Like no matter how hard I tried to just try and blend in with being cool, being like passable with everybody else and just having my little swag, it was always like I was always letting know some way or another that nah, you could try and act like you here, you not. You could try and act like you part of this group, you not. Subconsciously or consciously, that was always impressed upon me. So eventually I was like, fuck it. And by high school, like I said, we all got collective trauma from middle school. So high school was a whole ass reaction to that. And I was like, damn, let me just go crazy and just, you know, do too much. Cause I was doing too little. I was oppressing myself heavy and I fucking hated it. So I'm like, you know what? Fine, it's time to go wild. I'm crazy. I was jumping down the stairs. And I remember one time I jumped on a bench at lunch. I was like, they put surgery on a fucking grape. That was when that meme was popular. But like I did that. I did like a lot of crazy shit and it was fun. I had genuine fun. I liked it. Like I know a part of me was trying to be something and being somewhat inauthentic by just trying to push that out there and impose it on people. More on that later. But another part of me was like, yo, this is like this is like who I am, and like I've been suppressing it for so long. Like it kind of makes sense to balance that out with like intense. That looked like if I gotta have a dig as long as the Eiffel Tower, I'll fuck the world for 72 hours. Take it by Viagra, going even longer now. They said no one man can have all that power. Ooh. By high school, I was unconsciously doing too much. Like I was like, bro, this is just me being me. But like unconsciously, I was like, now looking back, it's like, bro, I was trying to get attention. I was trying to like make myself be seen as like one of them niggas who you should pay attention to, right? That was the main gist of it all. So, you know, this is a real-time journey you watching on this damn Snow Blunt Talk channel. Because that revelation, I don't want to be famous anymore, it made me like, damn, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just chill, I'm gonna just be me, I'm gonna just not try and do anything and just be me. And what did I realize by just doing me? I realized, bro, in my most natural state, I just do too much. Like, look at me, I'm fucking moving around and doing this. Like, I'm not trying to, I guess the camera would unconsciously make me be like entertaining, but like this isn't too many degrees away from how I talk with a friend. As a matter of fact, if I was talking with a friend, I'd probably tone it down a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I realized that I naturally just do too much. I'm naturally this type of nigga who talk with their hands. I'm very kinetic and expressive with my body, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run all the way to the motherfucking top of the hill, nigga. And I'm gonna run right back down. Oh my god. Okay, that was me. That was me trying to do a little too much. I'm just saying, like, I just got a lot of energy and I got a lot of ways to express it, and that's how I feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And I had right after I decided this for myself, it was like almost coincidental because like me and my mom were having like we were talking, and I was like trying to tell her like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes a nigga just a little different. I'm just a little different. And she's like, well, you don't gotta go imposing it on people. And I was just like, damn, I was thinking to myself like, I just had this thought and I just made the conscious decision to like not do that. So that really inspired me to put this theory to the test and like really not try and be weird or try and gain attention. And what did I realize over these past few weeks? I realized, bro, I'm the type of nigga, I just naturally get attention. Like, not to flex, but like when I walk in a room, motherfuckers be like, oh, who's that nigga? Like, oh, like not out loud, but it's just like, you know, you get a lot of stares, you feel me? You get a lot of attention when you talk. People pay a certain type of attention to you. You have a certain way of saying things that people just look at you. So it's like this whole time I was trying to be who I already am. That's one of the biggest like key unlocking moments I ever had. When I realized I was trying to be who I already am. I was trying to be a nigga who was entertaining, who was like special, who you should pay attention to, who like funny and spontaneous or whatever. But I already like am that, but doing that, why I'm thankful for the high school phase is because it allowed me to test the boundaries of that. So now me not trying to be anybody, I can just express myself how I see fit. And like if I was to have this revelation like, oh, I'm gonna be myself more, and I was coming from that middle school place of just like, oh, I'm still shy, it would be like a very slow, gradual process, you know? I would just slowly be opening up, and it would be like I would make the conscious decision to do more of this stuff. But instead, when I was like 14, I just flipped the switch. I put a balls to the wall, like, fuck it, I'm that nigga who just does this shit. And I'm very, very grateful, because really it's no other way I could have done that. And you know, I had to go all the way to the extreme. Imagine I'm a ball, right? I was over here, and then, you know, the ball is trying to get to, imagine the ball is like on a plane, and it's trying to find where it's most comfortable, where my personality is most comfortable, where I feel the most comfortable, where my self-expression is the most authentic. So most people would, you know, slowly roll the ball and try and figure out, just feel it out. Me, I just said, threw that motherfucker everywhere, was ricocheting all over the place, motherfucker, and I was going fucking crazy until I decided to calm down and like let the ball roll wherever it rolls. And the ball's already been in every corner of the room, so I'm not uncomfortable expressing myself however I see fit. And it gave me a lot of confidence because I stopped trying to be somebody, and I'm just being who I am and loving that. Like, if you want to love yourself, here's a quick tip: just let yourself be and just improvise every moment and just be almost, and just learn to love that person, because every personality is a person to love, you feel me? So you could just look at yourself and be like, damn, the way I handled that. And if you're being authentic with yourself, you'll be like, damn, no one else could have handled it like that. Like, no one else would have been in that situation and done the exact same thing I did. That's kind of tough. And then you just started, like, I don't know if this is the right word for it, but romanticize your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just like that person that's, oh shit, you know, when I had to back out of that trip, I made a whole, and like, just, it's hard to explain, but like when you really start to be aware of the way you do things and the way you think and just be aware of it, you could get out of that self-hate mentality and just start to, instead of like comparing it against society all the time, comparing yourself and judging yourself, just realize, hey, this is just a way I do things. And you know, that you really have no, you could either just be aware of it, or you could make the healthy choice, in my opinion, and just love it. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, I fuck with the way I do things, because that'll advance you on your life and put you on your purpose. But yeah, this has been Snow Blunt Talk, the nigga that does too much, but I never try to. And I don't try to, because I don't have to. The art I'm trying to out now. See you.